The eShop is absolutely the best place to find some amazing games at budget-friendly prices, and today's episode is full of games on sale for less than $5. In our last episode, we showed off a bunch of games that were under $2, so today let's step up to the next bracket and find some more amazing deals on a friendly budget. Hey everyone, I'm JP and welcome to Good Talk HQ. Thank you so much for checking out our video today, and to the extended family, welcome back my friends. I can't believe we pushed to 4,100 strong. Thank you so much for the love and support along the way. Whether you're brand new or you've been here since the beginning, you're legendary. Once again, thank you. And if this is your first time and you love the Nintendo Switch, please consider subscribing to join our wonderful family of game enthusiasts and deal seekers. We cover Nintendo content every week and we live stream to hang out with the community and play some games together. We'd love to welcome you into our group. Plus, we do eShop gift card giveaways at the end of each month. All you have to do to qualify is again be sub to the channel, make sure to drop a like on the video, and leave us a comment down below so we can find your name and add you to the list. And with all that said, as always, please stay safe out there and enjoy the video. Alright, let's start with Mahluk Dark Demon. This is a 2D action platformer available in local co-op for 2 players and offers a main story that should last several hours due to the extreme difficulty level. The game has an amazing retro look and feel to it and has the player hacking and slashing through 16 amazing stages on the way to one of 3 epic boss battles. There is an emphasis on exploration a bit, with secrets to be found along the way with upgrades and new spells to find, which you'll definitely need to master in order to take on the final boss. There are even cool dungeons and caves to explore with some awesome loot guarded by some powerful enemies. If you're looking for an old school platformer to play with a buddy, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on November 11th. It's marked down 50% to an all-time low of just $4.99. Next we have the Outlast Bundle of Terror. This is a one-of-a-kind horror experience in gaming from publisher Red Barrels and will take roughly 5 to 10 hours to work up the courage to finish. Now this is a terrifying experience for most, and it's best played with the lights off and your headphones or speakers turned way up. In the first installment, you're tasked with exploring Mount Massive Asylum and surviving to tell the tale of its secrets. Armed with nothing but your camera, you must run or hide to survive. The game features no combat to speak of, but that doesn't take anything away from the game or the experience overall. The graphics are great on the Switch version, and this includes the Whistleblower DLC as well for one great low price. If you're interested in the bundle, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on November 1st. It's marked down 80% to just $4.99, matching its all-time low. Finding Teddy 2, the Definitive Edition, is a retro-style 2D adventure RPG offering more than 20 hours of gameplay. The story follows a young girl who's found herself in a magical world called Exodus, trying to save her teddy bear. Now the story is great, but the game does not hold your hand and you will definitely get lost without a little help. Or at least I did. The art style and the sound design are great here on the Switch, and I promise the puzzles are mind-melting. The controls feel great, and once you start to figure things out a little bit, the game really does open up. As I said, there's a lot of content here to see. The enemy types are fantastic too. This really is a cool game and worth checking out. While on sale before November 8th, marked down 50% to an all-time low of just $4.99. Next we have Red Wings Aces of the Sky. This is an aerial combat game for 1 or 2 players in local co-op and lets the player relive some of the most historical battles from the cockpit. Players will have to hone their skills to become a deadly force in the sky. With several different planes to choose from and plenty of historical moments to relive, plus the addition of co-op, which is always nice and makes this a serious value when on sale, and it happens to be marked down currently to an all-time low right now. One highlight we definitely wanted to mention was the art design that they went with. It looks great here on the Switch. If you're interested in Red Wings, make sure to grab it up before the sale ends on November 4th. It's marked down 80% to just $3.99, again an all-time low. Slayin 2 is an arcade-style action RPG from publisher FDG Entertainment, available for 1 or 2 players offline, and offers a main story that will last roughly 12 hours or so. In Slayin 2, players will face off against hordes of enemies while trying to string together as many kills as they can. Now in the sequel, they've added some new mechanics, and there's now a foreground and background that you can jump between, similar to something like Rayman Legends. The sequel also includes drop-in couch co-op, which again is always a welcome addition for us here at the channel. There are 8 playable characters, each with unique moves and skill sets, multiple difficulty modes, multiple actual game modes that give plenty of value to this chaotic RPG. If you're interested in Slayin 2, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on November 4th. It's marked down 75% to an all-time low of just $2.99. Next up we have Trine 2 The Complete Story. This is a magical puzzle platformer from Frozen Byte, available for up to 3 players in both local and online multiplayer modes. Now this is a direct continuation of the story from the original and features more than 20 amazing levels full of awesome physics-based puzzles that you have to solve. 3 playable characters, the wizard, the knight, and the thief, all make their return and offer a unique feel to how they play. With more than 12 hours of main story gameplay, plus the online multiplayer, this is a great option when on sale, and right now you can get it at an all-time low until November 5th, marked down 75% to just $4.24. Slayin is a tough platformer available for 1 or 2 players and offers more than 20 hours of gameplay. The game features some intense platforming and some cool puzzle solving mechanics as well. You'll be able to perform a multitude of special cool maneuvers, some that allow you to speed and slow time, some that allow you to squeeze into spaces or break through obstacles, and more. There are over 100 challenging levels and a new game plus for those that truly want to be punished. The graphics and sound are once again top notch, and once unlocked, the boss rush mode is the best. If you like punishing platformers, make sure to check out Slayin before the sale ends on November 14th, marked down 60% to just $4.79. Next we have OXENFREE. This is a single-player 2D adventure game from publisher Night School Studios and has a main campaign that will last roughly 5 to 10 hours. Now this is the perfect kind of game for this time of year, as it's a supernatural thriller about a group of friends who mistakenly open a ghostly gateway during an overnight party. One really cool feature of the game is that it has an intelligent conversation system that will change the outcome of the story based on your dialogue choices. OXENFREE is a wonderful experience for fans of old school horror films from the 80s, and right now it's on sale until November 2nd, marked down 60% to just $3.99. In fact, our friend Jeffrey from the Indie Gaming Guild recently did a live stream where he played this game, so if you want to see some gameplay, be sure to check it out. Next we have a game that we featured recently, Blood Will Be Spilled. This is a single player 2D strategy adventure game that will take roughly 5 to 6 hours to complete. In this one, players will assume the role of Jack, who's a bounty hunter and a mosquito. In fact, every character in the game is some kind of bug of some sort. Now this is an epic adventure with enough guns and melee weapons to keep even the most hardcore gamers satisfied. The voice acting was a particular highlight for us, it was top notch. This is another one of those games that's kinda like Fury Unleashed, where it looks like a comic book that's coming to life on the screen, only this one is more focused on calculated movement and strategic planning. Make sure to check out Blood Will Be Spilled before the sale ends on November 1st, it's marked down 80% to just $2.99 and matches its all-time low. Unrailed is an arcade-style party game for up to 4 players either locally or online from publisher Datalic Entertainment. Now you know we love the party-style games here at the channel, so we try to include one when we can, and this is no exception. It's easily one of the most frantic co-op party games that I've played in a long time. You have to balance a moving train with gathering resources and placing items in the right places in order for the build to continue and the train from unrailing. Now, as I've always said, if you have a group of friends or some family members to play with, the Switch is home to some amazingly fun little titles at a super cheap price. But the beauty here is this one also has online, so even if you don't have friends or family locally that you can play with, just hop online and there you go. It always impresses me how much emotion and charm you can infuse into a game world with pixel art graphics, and they did a great job here. If you're interested in Unrailed, make sure to grab it up before the sale ends on November 6th. It's marked down 75% to an all-time low of just $4.99. Next up we have Unravel 2. This is an amazing 2D platformer from EA and offers roughly 6 or so hours of main story gameplay with local couch co-op for 1 or 2 players as well. Now this is the sequel to one of our favorite platformers, and this is the one that introduced the second playable character. Now as you might expect, with the second playable character also made of yarn, it makes for some amazing and complex puzzles and obstacles throughout the stages. This is mainly due to the fact that the 2 yarnies are connected by a string and thus they cannot travel too far away from one another, and they must help each other to reach the end of each level. Each yarnie itself is fully customizable, and this may be one of the most fun times I've had in local co-op in a while. Now I also like that they have made the solo gameplay completely viable as well, so if you don't have a second player you just control both and that's how you overcome the puzzles. If you're interested in Unravel 2, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on November 1st. It's marked down 83% to an all-time low of just $3.39. SteamWorld Heist, the Ultimate Edition, is another single-player outing on the list, this time from Image Inform International, and offers more than 20 hours of gameplay for completionists. Now this is a 2D action RPG with some strategy elements thrown in, and the game even features a new game plus for more replayability. The Switch version features optional touch controls as well. The turn-based combat system was really unique and a lot of fun. Now there's a whole lot of value here as the game also features all of the previously released DLC at no extra cost. Right now you can grab up SteamWorld Heist the Ultimate Edition on sale until November 14th, marked down to an all-time low of just $4.99 and 75% off. Crypt of the NecroDancer, the Nintendo Switch Edition, is a rhythm-based dungeon crawler for 1 or 2 players in local co-op from Brace Yourself Games with a main story that can last more than 20 hours. Now this is one of my favorite games and also one of the toughest I've played in a long time. You have to move through these dungeons and attack on rhythm with the beat that's playing in the background. Now I know it sounds a bit odd at first, but the game is fantastic, and of course in a game like this it all comes down to the soundtrack, which was top notch. The co-op mode is just an extra bonus, making this an even better value, and if you haven't played it yet, please check it out before the sale ends on November 2nd. It's marked down to an all-time low of just $3.99, 80% off. Next we have Blossom Tales: The Sleeping King. This is a single-player, retro-style 2D RPG from FDG Entertainment, and the main story will take roughly 10 or 15 hours to wrap up. Now there's no mistaking where they found their inspiration for this one, but just because it appears to be a clone of an older 2D Zelda title, don't let that deter you. There's a lot of charm and personality to the game that make it unique in many ways. In the story, players will set off to uncover the mysteries of many dungeons and face off with powerful bosses on your mission to save the Kingdom of Blossom from eternal darkness. Alright, I guess it does sound a lot like a Zelda title, but if you're a fan of Link to the Past or other RPGs of the era, this game should be right up your alley. Blossom Tales is currently on sale for just $3.74 until November 4th, marked down 75%, matching its all-time low. Severed is a single-player, first-person dungeon-crawling RPG from Drinkbox Studios with a main campaign that should last roughly 5 or 7 hours. In Severed, we play as a young girl on a quest to find her missing family. The game has a unique tunnel vision type movement that's hard to kind of explain but really adds to the immersion, and that combined with the colorful dungeons really was beautiful to look at throughout the entire game. Now what surprised me the most was the difficulty level. The game has some enemy encounters that are brutally challenging and in turn very rewarding to defeat. The combat itself is sort of a mixture of standard RPG mechanics and something like Fruit Ninja where you can swipe your fingers across the screen to attack. In fact, the game actually requires you to play it in handheld, you can't play it in docked mode. If you're interested in Severed, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on November 8th. It's marked down 75% to an all-time low of just $3.74. Next we have Flipping Death. This is a single-player 2D puzzle adventure style game from publisher Zoink Games and offers roughly 5 to 10 hours of main story gameplay. In this game, you play as a young woman named Penny, who's died under strange circumstances, and when you awake, you find yourself filling in for Death himself. The unique feature to the game is that you have the ability to flip between the world of the living and the world of the dead, and you have to use this ability to help you solve the many puzzles that you'll encounter along your journey. The game features a rich and colorful environment and a unique pop-up book art style, with a very emotional story that is sure to keep you engaged and moving forward. If you're interested in Flipping Death, you'll be able to pick it up on sale until November 14th, marked down 80% to an all-time low of just $3.99. Next up, we have 9 Parchments. This is a cooperative shoot-'em-up style RPG from the creators of the Trine series. The main story should take roughly 8 or 9 hours, with even more for completionists out there. We play as a group of runaway apprentice wizards convinced that we can complete our training on our own if we just find and collect the 9 Parchments. Now this is a beautiful game here on the Switch and it runs great too. There are a load of collectibles and upgrades to be found, spells to unlock and master, and fun to be had with a group of friends or family members. The game offers online and local multiplayer for up to 4 players, so if you're interested in this one, make sure to grab it up before the sale ends on November 5th. It's marked down 75% to an all-time low of just $4.99. Tools Up is a party-style multiplayer game from All In Games offering unlimited hours of fun for you and your friends or family. The game features simple and easy to pick up controls, so gamers of all ages can join in on the fun of the home renovation and all of its chaotic glory. One person is given the role of the foreman, and the rest of the crew must communicate with them in order to succeed. In other words, teamwork will be the key to success. You'll have to race against the clock and random hazards that come up in each stage as you try to renovate each building and move to the next. If you're looking for a chaotic party game for you and your friends, be sure to check out Tools Up before the sale ends on November 4th. It's marked down 80% to just $3.99, which is an all-time low. Guacamelee, the Super Turbo Championship Edition, is a 2D action platformer from Drinkbox Studios that offers roughly 10 to 15 hours of main story gameplay. And the game is available for up to 4 players in local co-op. Now this is a Metroidvania style platformer set in a magical world inspired by traditional Mexican culture and folklore. Players will traverse densely filled towns, dark forests, and fiery volcanoes in this challenging, action-packed game. One of the best features for us was the drop-in co-op, which again is always welcome and available for the entire game. This game is highly recommended and a fan favorite, so be sure to check it out before the sale ends on November 8th. It's marked down 75% to just $374. Next up, we have Shift Happens. This is an action platformer from Daedalic Entertainment, available for 1 or 2 players in local co-op, and offers a main story that should last roughly 7 or 8 hours. In Shift Happens, we play as 2 strange jelly-like creatures that have become connected together, forcing players to work as a team in order to overcome each stage. There are 4 unique worlds to explore with more than 40 handcrafted levels to see, and bonus unlockable stages as well. I really enjoyed that they made a big effort to make the game fun either solo or with a friend, meaning if you don't have someone to play with, but the game looks interesting, you're covered as the game was designed with both in mind. If Shift Happens looks fun to you, be sure to check it out before the sale ends on November 11th. It's marked down 87% to an all-time low of just $199. Alright folks, the last game I want to spotlight is Moonrader. I saved it for last as again it's part of the secret sale from developer Dragus Games that they do throughout the year. Again, One Crummy Gamer featured an entire video about this, but if you purchase any of their games, almost their entire library of 60 plus games become incredibly cheap, sometimes less than 20 cents. So be sure to check out their eShop page for exact pricing on their games, it's totally worth it. But back to Moonrader. This is an amazing 2D platformer that will last roughly 3 or 4 hours. The game has an expansive world with unique locations, hidden upgrades, and secret areas, more than 10 awesome boss battles, and there's local co-op for 2 players as well. If you're interested in Moonrader, it's on sale until November 2nd. As part of the secret sale, it's 55% off, marked down to just $449. Again though, be sure to check out their eShop for exact pricing, as if you've already bought a game, a lot of their games will be much cheaper. Alright folks, as always, if you made it this far, you're legendary. Thank you again for hanging out with us for a few minutes today. We do truly appreciate it. Once again, I just want to take a moment and shout out the community, which has grown now to over 4,100 people strong, and we couldn't possibly thank you enough for all of the love and support you've shown us along the way as we've taken this YouTube journey together. Again, whether you're brand new to the channel or you've been here since the beginning, we truly appreciate you giving us time each week to share our passion with you, and along the way we've met some amazing people that have become real friends to us. If this was by chance your first time here, please consider hitting that red subscribe button down below to join this amazing group of people here with us and continue our journey right alongside us. Now of course, we'd like to earn it, and being that we like to give back, we also do our monthly giveaways where we give out free eShop cards at the end of each month. All you have to do is once again just be subbed to the channel, hit the like button down below, and leave a comment so we can find your name and add you to the list. Alright everyone, I won't take up any more of your day. Thank you once again. Please stay safe out there, and we'll let Little Man take us home as usual. Bye everyone.
That's all for today's list. We hope you liked the video. If you did, consider subscribing and liking down below. Okay, bye!